Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we are going to be playing The Crew 2. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about the fastest ways to make money after the latest update. So this video is essentially comparing the best ways to make money so you can go ahead and grind them out, get the maximum amount of money for your time possible. So this video is going to be going through a few different methods, all of that, but for those of you who don't know who I am, I typically do automotive content on games, so whether that be GTA, Need for Speed, The Crew, whatever. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and you're not already subscribed, please do consider it. It is free and you can always change your mind. Now if this video is helpful, do help me out by dropping a like down below and leaving a comment telling me which of these methods is your favorite. We're going to be comparing all of them here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a description down below, and I'm going to leave some timestamps if you want to go to a specific spot in the video. But we will also be discussing the methods in higher detail in the actual video, so I recommend you do watch it through and check it out. And I will be illustrating about how much money you will make per hour doing this. So yeah, hopefully this is useful to you and hopefully you do enjoy. But let's get into it. So before we get into the methods, I'm going to be covering a couple of things that you can go ahead and do to maximize your potential to earn money. So first of all, if you probably already know how this works, but just in case you don't, the pilot in this game, the area called pilot, you're able to go to there, and if you go to your icon points, you'll notice that you can invest them in various areas. These areas will give you different perks depending on how many points you invest in them. So let's say the rich section in comfort, you invest a point in it, that gives you 0.1% increase in how much money you will earn for your races. So the higher follower level you have, the more you will earn if you put your icon points into rich. The other two categories on the right don't matter as much, but if you put your icon points into rich, you will make loads and loads more money, and I'll show you this in a bit. Another thing you can do to maximize your potential to earn money is to get better cars. Now for Hypercar, we're going to be covering two different types of a race for it. I would recommend the Devo for standard hypercar racing and the Veneno for the police ones if you don't have the Chiron. For drag racing, which we're going to cover, I'd recommend the Stingray. For street racing, the Lamborghini Gallardo. And for powerboat racing, I would recommend the for sure 1414 Demon. So these are going to be the fastest vehicles in my opinion in each class that we're going to be covering in this video. So we're going to be going ahead and showing you the fastest races in each of those sections and how much money they make you and all of that. As I said, timestamps are in the description. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the street racing section. Now the street racing section has two races in particular I would recommend to you on the Ace difficulty, which would be Harlem West and The Accident, both of which are very easy races to complete, which will both make you 22,050 bucks per time. So these races will take about 1:30 to 2 minutes to complete based on how quick you are and how well you know the track, all of that stuff. But it is a very easy, they're both very easy races to navigate. I would recommend Harlem West if you are newer to the game, because you do need to dodge a bit more traffic in that on The Accident, but you know, take your pick of either, whichever you prefer, they're just about the same. So you will make approximately, this is really dependent on how quick you get this. If you take about 2 minutes per time to complete the race, you're going to be making about high 600Ks, you know, towards the 700K mark. If you can get towards 1:30, or even 1:40, you'll be making more towards 850K per hour, and that will be much more if you put money into bucks. So you can make, you know, at the very faster end, you can make about 900K per hour using this method, but you have to be pretty quick to do that. So, you know, anywhere between mid 600Ks to 800K is where you can expect how much you can expect to make off of this per hour using either of these races. Very good for parts as well. But yeah, let's get into the next section. The next race I would recommend to you for money is FDR Drive for the drag racing set. So this again makes you 22,050 for one race without any bonuses, okay, on the hardest difficulty. Of course, this race is much faster than the street racing ones, so I would recommend this over the street racing ones. Reason being, you only have to do the race for about 10 seconds, and the other 10 in between is just to warm up your tires, get the shot off, all of that kind of thing. Very fast, very good way to make money. Only thing I'd recommend is that you get a very good amount of parts that have nitrous bonuses, because it will just make the lap time so much faster. Using this method, you can expect to see upwards of about 770k per hour doing this, so it's a very good method for money. I tend to make around a mid 800ks for it, so again, very good method to try out. The next section we are going to be speaking about is Uber Dam on the Powerboat section. This makes you just about 19k every time you attempt it, and I will say straight off the bat, it is a slight bit more challenging than the drag race one, but it does make you a lot more money in the long term. So with it giving you 19k per time, it takes about 1:20 to complete for me personally. You can definitely get it to about 1:15 if you have good nitrous upgrades on it, but you can expect to see anywhere between very high 800ks to mid 900ks per hour doing this. So anywhere like upwards of, let's say, 880k to 950k per hour is a very good money method. I would highly recommend it if you're a bit more experienced, because these powerboat races are a little bit challenging at the beginning, but once you get used to it, it is a breeze, you know. Very good money making method, highly recommend it. Now we are at Hypercars. Okay, now over here we're going to have the best race in the game in my personal opinion, the Piece de Resistance. Okay, this race I'm about to discuss is absolutely mental for money. It's just incredible. And before you assume it's New York Hypercar, it is not. A lot of people do like using this for money. I personally do not. And before you all get mad at me and flame me in the comments, personally, it just is not worth the amount of money for the amount of time you have to spend on that race, particularly if you don't know shortcuts, and you know, it's just a lot of effort, you know. Let's take it the easy way. Over here, this is what you want to be doing. High speed takedown. This is the one, and I'm going to explain why. Now, high speed takedown, if you look at that world record time of 30 seconds, that might give you an indication of why this race is so good. This is the only race out of any of these I would recommend not doing on the hardest difficulty. Do this on the easiest difficulty, which yes means it's very bad for parts, but the aim of this video is to show money. If you want parts, top right corner, there's a link to races that are good for that, okay? Now, this race will, on the easiest difficulty, make you about 15k with no, you know, extra bonuses for money at all. Doesn't sound that great until you realize that the race is very easy and very consistent to get a time, for me at least, between mid 30 seconds to, so like 35ish seconds to 45 seconds, okay, per time. That's almost, that's slightly over 30k in just over a minute, okay, which very easily, if you have extra bonuses, instantly over 900k an hour if you just do this, okay? You can even make over a mil if you have enough icon points or whatever, or you have bonuses on your parts, but typically for me, I tend to make around 900k per hour doing this. So the way that you do this race in particular, it's different to the other ones you're not racing, and you do need a police car for this, which is a bit of a letdown for this race, but I would highly recommend, it's highly worth it. You'll make your money back, you know, very quickly. The way the race works is you have to use your police car to crash into the outlaws, right? Typically have 3 bars of health. You can sometimes one-hit them like that with one good shunt, or sometimes it might take a couple more. It's really RNG based, which is a bit annoying, but frankly, it's all good. So what you want to do is just crash into the back of them, use your nitrous just beforehand, just like that, and once we're going to do this one, okay, that took us just over 40 seconds to complete, and with my bonuses I'll make about 19k doing that. Okay, 40 seconds, very simple race, very fast to do, and then from here just hold triangle, restart the race, repeat it over and over, and you will easily get 900k, well, high 800s to 900k per hour. It really depends if you have any icon points in rich, but you can easily make over a mil if you have decently high icon points. So a lot of people are at that point because leveling up is pretty easy in this game, especially if you use the live summit event, but that's a topic for another video. But this race, by far best one in the game, highly recommend this one. But any one of the methods in this video are very effective, you know, depends really what people have, all of that kind of thing. But this race in particular is just absolutely miles ahead of all of the others, okay? Bit of annoyances here and there, but still a great race nonetheless. Now, with all of that being said, that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Do make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Find people to play with, go join my Discord server, and let me know if you would like more Crew 2 content like this. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.